All right, everyone, we're doing this recipe and slideshow a little bit different. It wouldn't load after the video, but definitely stay tuned since I do my eating show talking on my keto journey again, and I get pretty emotional. This is 2 to 4 servings. You will need a bag of the medium raw shrimp, 40 to 60 of them, a bag of the frozen cut green beans, 2 packs of the shirataki spaghetti noodles, Irish butter, Philadelphia cream cheese, a third less fat, bacon bits, pink salt, pepper, and oregano flakes. Take out a skillet or fry pan and add 3 tablespoons of butter on a heat a little higher than medium. Add in your shrimp and add heavily pink salt, light pepper, and light oregano. Now let's get those noodles rinsed and rinse them good. I hear you guys say they taste a little fishy or have that smell. If you rinse them for at least 3 to 4 minutes under cold water, even using your fingers, that completely goes away and you don't taste it. And then I used a kitchen scissors to cut it up since it just helps it and it's easier to eat. Then we're going to pour it over the cooked shrimp. We're going to add 1.5 cups of the cut green beans, leave them frozen. And let's add a little bit more pink salt, pepper, and oregano and give this a good stir. After you stir it up, then add the whole pack of cream cheese right in the center. Add a cover and then turn this down to medium and let the cheese melt. Once this is melted, you're going to give it a good stir again. And now we can add 2 tablespoons of the bacon bits. We're going to stir this again. And then just to get all the flavors together, let's cover it, put it on a simmer, and let it cook for about 3 more minutes. Then let's get ready to plate up. Now I added Parmesan cheese that is optional but delicious. And the whole dish was 14 net carbs. So each serving is 7 net carbs. And since I do 1 meal a day, I added in one of those 2 good approved keto yogurts with a serving of raspberries, half serving of nuts, and a serving of whipped cream, which came to 14 net carbs. You gotta try this one, you guys. Absolutely delicious. Welcome back to another healthy keto eating show. Excited to be back with another new recipe. What I have got here is a creamy shrimp, bacon, and green bean linguine. Yum. I was trying to think of what to name it, and that's what I'm going to name it. And it's done low fat. The only part of this whole thing that had a little bit extra fat would be the 3 tablespoons of the Irish cream butter I used to cook the shrimp in. But I made this into 2 servings, so you're getting a pat and a half of butter. You could definitely make this into 4 servings, remember that. But I do 1 meal a day. I do OMAD. So I got to get like all of my calories in. Since I'm in maintenance mode, I get all of my calories in 1 meal because I love the long fasting. Fasting is so good for you. But this one's going to be more low fat, okay? You can definitely cook your shrimp just in a non-stick pan and save on the fat, but really the only fat was that 1.5 tablespoons of butter. If you're making this into 4 servings, you're only going to get like 3/4 of a tablespoon of butter, all right? But other than that, it's done with those shirataki noodles, it's done with shrimp, it's done with green beans, it's done with low-fat cream cheese or a third less fat cream cheese, and then I've just got some seasoning on here and some Parmesan cheese. So definitely a low-fat meal. Of course, I will have a slideshow, so it'll tell exactly how to make it at the end. Super easy and fast. Again, another quick, easy meal. And it wasn't even that expensive because the shrimp are the ones that I got from Walmart, and it was like $6 for 40 to 60 shrimp. Yeah, that's a good deal. And shrimp is so high in protein. So I'll be able to get all my protein in this one meal. I only have to do around 60 to 65 grams a day because I'm only 128 to 130 pounds. So that's all I need is 60 grams. And I get it all in that one meal. Now I know it's a little harder when you guys are heavier. When I was heavier, like around almost 300, I had to get 150 grams in a day. I did eat more than one meal a day then. I was doing 2 meals. Sometimes even 3, but it would be like 2 meals and a snack. So I got it in, or I would do like, when I was low on the protein, I would do a shake. I would do something to get that protein up. But I never had a problem with that. I did really well. Now this video here, I told you I'm gonna go over more of my keto journey, so I don't wanna talk too much about the meal. You're gonna see the slideshow. And as always, I'm gonna write it down in the box so it's super easy for you guys. I just wanna ask you, if you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button right there. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you are notified of all of these awesome keto meals and keto, videos I do, plus the nails and the outfits of the day, and definitely share around my channel so I can help many of you and, just grow on this channel. I just am ecstatic every day when I get these new people that come in and ask for help. I love helping you, and I love letting you guys know exactly how keto is done. I was taught professionally. You don't got to be afraid, guys. I watch different channels and people say you got to watch that calorie and you got to keep those calories up there, at least 1,200 calories. That is true with any form of life. But remember, I was taught professionally by a doctor who is a keto doctor and 2 keto nutritionists. And I even have a heart condition called postpartum cardiomyopathy. And I kept my calories. Now I did 3 people had asked for help. I made up their macros for them. No, I didn't start them off at 500 calories. One was like 2,000, one was 1,800, one was 1,600. Okay, or 2 were 1,800, one was 2,000, because they're very obese and overweight. Not to cut down on you. I was almost 300 pounds too. But I'm just letting you know that I didn't start people off, or don't start people off at 500 calories. When I did my 500 calories, I started with 1,000 and worked down to 500, is when I was at the last 10 pounds of my weight. And the doctor worked with me. It did not hurt my heart, and I even have a heart condition. All I did was improve my heart even more and get off 19 meds of the 20 I was taking for my heart and all the other things that were wrong. I will never steer you guys wrong. My doctor even told me that I can give you guys this advice on here, that when you get to a certain point, to the last of the 10 pounds, yeah, you're going to have to lower those calories. And eating as low as 500 will not help you. It won't. I promise you that. Study it yourself. Even look at Dr. Berg's channel. It won't hurt you because you're in a state of ketosis. It's unlike any other way of life, you guys. It's unlike any other form. When your body is in ketosis, that's a big word for fat burning mode, but it is also feeding and giving you every nutrition you possibly could need, because it's just like the way it was back in Bible time when they didn't get to eat every day. They had to fast all the time. What were they doing? They were skinny people. Were they getting malnutrition? No, you don't get malnutrition. People that, want to lose weight, you can even eat nothing and you're going to go into a state of ketosis. I know people that went 365 days without eating a drop of food and their nutrition never dropped. They just had to watch their electrolytes with the pink salt and the no salt and just make sure the electrolytes stayed up there. But other than that, no, a person doesn't even have to eat if you have fat. That is your food. But yes, there are many forms of life that we have done in our lifetime, and we thought that we could drop those calories, and we started to feel weak and fatigued and tired, but we had to keep dropping to lose weight. We didn't feel good because we were eating carbs. When you're eating 20 or less carbs a day, it's pretty much like you're eating none. And your body is in that state of ketosis. When it's in ketosis, it's giving you everything it needs. If you got fat on your body, that is your food. That's why I teach to keep it low fat when doing this diet, because it's still high fat. Come on, it makes sense. If you eat high fat or you use your high fat, you're still eating a high fat diet, low carb. All right. So when I give it to you guys, my doctors told me that, yes, I can tell you guys this on here because it is the truth and won't hurt anybody, will not hurt your heart. If you're only doing it for a few weeks, I did it for a few weeks at the 500 calories till I got to maintenance. I started at 1,000, and yes, I did 1,000, and I did this for about 2 months, 1,000 to 900 to 800 to 600 down to 500 to get the last of that 20 pounds off I wanted off. And that's the only way you're going to do it. You'll never get to that goal weight. It'll take you 50 years. You'll never get there. I swear that on a stack of Bibles. You'll never get there. there, the less your weight. The more skinny you are, the harder it is to lose. Just like when people come in and they're 300 pounds or they're 150 pounds. The 300-pound person is going to lose weight faster than your 150-pound person. Understand that you're going to take a lot longer to lose than they are because you're skinnier. It's a lot harder to lose then. So that's where you got to drop those calories down. You got to drop things down. And you got to, understand that it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt your heart or your muscles or anything. This is a muscle sparing diet. Your heart is a muscle. So it's not going to hurt you at all to lower those calories. And that's what I love about it because other diets I had to lower it. And yes, I got very weak, fatigued, sick, malnutrition, all of that, but not on keto, guys. I'm telling you the truth. Study it yourself. That's all you have to do is study it yourself. And you're going to find out it will not hurt you. You can go with no food. No food. I know people that, pretty much are at goal and they go 7 days with no food just to get that awesome, autophagy and all the healing and mending. And that's why I like doing the 1 meal a day or every other day. I love the healing and mending of autophagy. And I'm skinny. Sure, I could afford to lose a little bit more weight because I could be as low as 118 at my height. I'm 5'3.5". I could weigh 118 pounds. So even I still got fat on me. So even I could go lower. But I'm in maintenance and I like myself at 128 to 135. I'm happy there. So just understand that. You guys don't got to be afraid. When I tell you and give you macros, I'm not going to put you at 500. But eventually when you get down there and you're not losing, yeah, I'm going to put you lower and lower and lower till you get to that goal weight because I want you all to succeed. I did it in 15 months, you guys. I've been keto 4 years. And that's why I'm going to go over this journey a little bit more with you guys. I've been keto 4 years, lost all the weight in 15 months, have been maintaining ever since then. With an exception of one time I stopped for a little bit longer, dropped the calories again and lost another 15, 20 pounds. I wanted to get even smaller. I was 139. I wanted to get, actually it was 10 pounds because I wanted to get to 128. So into the 120s. So when I tell you this, guys, don't worry, don't worry. I know these channels are telling you that you have to eat, you have to eat. Yeah, you're going to eat. As soon as you get to maintenance mode, after you drop those calories and get the rest of that last 10 to 15 pounds off, you're going right back up. I eat 22 to 2,500 calories a day, not 1,200, 2,500 calories a day. And I've been able to maintain that for almost 2 years, you guys. Wow. So I'm going to go over a little bit of the journey, but this is what we're having tonight, a creamy linguine dish with shrimp and bacon bits and green beans. Yum. Even Parmesan cheese. And then I'm going to top it off with a 2 good yogurt and a serving of raspberries and nuts. The total carb here was, real quick, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 carbs for my 1 meal. I keep it at 20 or less. And I do net carb, okay? Which means you can deduct the dietary fiber from your veggies and you can deduct alcohol sugars from you can deduct, like I showed you on that treat I did yesterday, you can deduct, it shows you where you can deduct the fiber and the alcohol sugar, as long as it's like a stevia, erythritol, the good ones that we can have, okay? But anyways, yeah, I do net carb. I've always done net carb. Some people do total carb, and that's cool, but I've always done net. So for a net carb here, I've got, what did I say, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 net carbs. Awesome, 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 awesome. And I'm excited to get started and eat. I'm doing A&W diet ripper, which is done with the aspartame. I can't really do sucralose, but I can when I'm doing 1 meal a day. I can have the sucralose then because it doesn't hurt me at all when I only eat 1 meal a day. It's when I'm eating more, then the sucralose kind of kicks my color down a little bit. But aspartame, I can have. So how's everybody doing? Excited to see you. And like I said, I'm going to go over some of my journey again. It's, when you do a journey video, there's so much that you want to talk about, and I should have wrote things down. I was prepared, thinking of all this stuff I wanted to talk about, and I just, should have wrote it down. Excuse me, should have wrote it down, and I didn't, and I wish I would have because there were things I forgot. But let me show you a bite up close first before I take a bite. Look at that creamy deliciousness. I know the light is so bright. That's my ring light. But OMG, let's try this first, and I'll tell you how it tastes. Ooh, that is good. Ooh, I like the taste of that. Bacon and the green beans together with that cream cheese. OMG. Now, I didn't have to do light cream cheese or a third less fat. I could have done regular cream cheese for me because I'm in maintenance mode. But I did it just to show you guys and tell you how delicious it is. Going lower fat doesn't have to be not delicious. It's still very delicious. And the only thing to save on a little bit more fat, if you wanted to, cook your shrimp in a non-stick pan. Don't even use the butter. But if you're doing 1 meal a day, make this whole meal the way I did and you're fine. Oh my God, I wish I could give you a bite. Holy crap. It reminds me of something, and I can't think of what it is. But it's got that strong bacon taste because I got bacon bits in here. You could put real bacon in here too, but I did the bacon bits to make it easy because I do easy meals for you guys, and bacon bits are fine because you buy the real bacon bits. That's the ones I buy. I'm sure there's a little process to them because they're in a bag and they're not even in the fridge or anything. A little process to that. I don't like a lot of processed food. So if you want to keep it really clean, make your bacon then. Cook your bacon up. And use a clean bacon, an organic or a hormone-free or antibiotic-free. But anyways, I don't know. This tastes like something I've had before and I can't describe it. It almost tastes like a bacon and broccoli potato soup. That's what it tastes like to me. Yeah, a bacon broccoli potato soup. And it's not even that at all, but that's what it tastes like to me. I don't know, it's delicious. I've never ever ate clam chowder, but it kind of smells, it tastes like what clam chowder smells like. Maybe because of the shrimp in here, I don't know, the seafood smell. My God, it's good. Yum, 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 and creamy. Can you guys see that? Look at the creaminess. You'll see the picture at the end because my ring light is so bright, but doesn't that look good? Oh my God, delicious. Okay, so what I wanted to go over with you guys is kind of just give you, kind of tell you how things went in my life. You know, I was telling you different things that happened in my life, but I'd like to tell you a little bit more. Okay, of all the things that happened to me in this dark place I was in, so. Got some on my face here. Let's get this napkin. We don't want that on the face. Okay, so it started off with, when I was younger and started dating, my dad was really hard on me. I was the only girl. I have 5 brothers. I'm the only girl. So my dad was tough on me, you know, didn't let me date till I was 18 years old. I couldn't do the things I wanted, you know, as much as I wanted to do because I was a girl. So my dad was very, I wouldn't say mean or anything. He was just overprotective because I was the only girl. But anyways, when I did start dating, I was in a very bad relationship. I was physically abused. Very badly, physically abused, okay? Very badly. It didn't happen for the first 6 months, but he was an alcoholic and I was beat. I was beat by this guy and I was scared to get away from him because he threatened me. He said things that scared me. I was young. I was 17 when I met him, I believe, almost 18, or right there at 18 when I met him. And, you know, my family didn't like him at all, but I was now 18 and I was moved out. And, so we were dating, whatever, and then after a while, I started being beat by him, yes. And that was a very scary relationship. I was scared to get away from him and everything. He was abusing me or whatever, but I finally decided one day I'm going to leave this guy. I'm older. I think at the time I was 21 then, and I decided that's it. I'm leaving. I was with him for about 2 years. I decided I'm leaving. I'm getting out of this. I can't be in this anymore. You know, I don't want to knock him because he was an alcoholic. I wish he would have got the help he needed because I'm sure, you know, when he wasn't drinking, he was very pleasant to be around. You know, he was a very pleasant man to be around. And I did enjoy my relationship with him, but he was an alcoholic. And his dad was an alcoholic and stuff like that. He lost his mom really young from cancer and all that. I wish he could have got the help he needed. I think he would have been a great guy. But I just think the alcohol is what did it end. And you guys know that alcohol, just like all addictions, is very hard and it can ruin a family. So I was abused by him very badly. Bad things happen. Well, then I got away from him and, you know, dated a few other guys, whatever, everything was fine. But then I met my son's dad. I was madly in love with this guy. This guy told me he'd give me the world. Hang on. I loved him. He was great. We started dating immediately. After a few months, my parents actually let him move in because he wasn't happy at home, so his parents let him move in. I mean, my parents let him move in. He was older than me by about 8 or 9 years. And I was 21. But I was madly in love with this guy. I mean, we even talked about marriage. He was getting me a ring. And I popped up pregnant after a few months. And I thought that this was the greatest guy on earth. I was going to marry him. I was having his baby. Everything was great. After I got pregnant in September of 97, he decided to, after a few months, leave. And just, that was it. He was going to go back home with his parents and we were still going to be together. But he just slowly drifted himself away. When it came time for me to have my son, I tried calling him. He said he'd get over there. Well, he never did. My son is 21 years old. Last year, his father passed away. He never got to know his dad. His dad did meet him one time at 10 years old. it was kind of a silly visit. He said he wanted to meet him, blah, blah, blah. I even allowed it. I let him meet him. I got no child support from this guy. I got nothing from him. Absolutely nothing from his family. They don't even know Dylan. He doesn't know that side of the family. They've never helped me, never tried, never did anything. He ran from the law all the time. I mean, I went to court, all of that. They couldn't get anything. I didn't really fight for the child support. I didn't want to fight because I didn't want custody. Battle between us. I would have shared custody if he wanted it. I would have never done the fighting. I would have shared. I wasn't trying to get money out of him. I just wanted him to be his dad. I find out later after we break up that while I'm still together with him but pregnant, I find out he has a son. Didn't even know he had a son. So he had kept one from me already. And then here I am pregnant. I'm getting scared already thinking, well, I didn't even know about this son. And so, sorry, trying to eat too. I didn't even know this. So I, was scared or whatever. And then he wanted to leave. He wanted to go back home. I thought, okay, he'll go back home. Well, slowly but surely things drifted apart, like I said. And then we just didn't never see each other. After Dylan was born, he said, I'll get over there as soon as I can. He never came. So he did around 10 years old, right before my son's 10th birthday. He came, he brought him a Batman toy, and he came to visit him, told him I'm your dad. Dylan knew about him. I never kept that a secret. I told Dylan about his dad. I showed him pictures and everything, but he just never wanted to be part of his life. I don't know. He never wanted to be part of his first son's life. Why would he want to be part of his second son? You figure your first son's your favorite, But anyways, so that was really sad. And then his dad passed away last year. It really tore my son up. I guess my son was in the urge of wanting to meet him. He wanted to go and meet him. He was looking him up. He was searching him on Facebook. He wanted to find out, why were you never in my life? My son at that point now was like 19, 20 years old, right there at almost 20, wanted to meet his dad. Never got to meet him. Because I think he died almost 2 years ago. It was the early part of last year is when he died. So my son was heading on 20 years old. But anyways, never got to meet him. So my son went through a very hard time in his life. Well, being his mom, that was hard on me because I didn't want him to suffer like that. Even though I did good with him, I had a lot of help. I had a lot of people in my life that were male figures, all his uncles, my dad, even though he passed away young, my kid was only 3, but he had a lot of male figures. I had my stepdad that was always involved and always there and still is. But, he was sad that he didn't get to ever really know his dad. So that was sad. And then he passed away. Well, then I met, during this time, I was dating, I told you, a guy that I was with that was very mentally abusive to me. Great guy. He worked hard. He, supported me with everything as far as, making sure we had a roof over our head and food in our belly and all of that. He always bought me everything. I mean, he said that's how he showed love. That's why my room has got so much stuff in it, because he bought 90% of that stuff in my salon room. I've had it for many years. My husband, of course, buys me a lot of stuff too, but he had bought me stuff and everything. And, I thought this guy was great, but right away he didn't, he treated me differently. He was very flirtatious. He said mean things to me. Nobody would want me. He was mean to my son, not physically. He was, emotionally mean to both of us. And never liked my son. I think that's why my son always wondered, he didn't know. My son was only 2 when he met him. So he didn't know. He was hearing the word daddy from my ex's kid. He was hearing the word daddy from him. So he asked me, is that my daddy? Can I call him daddy? Well, I didn't really want him to do that. So I said no, because I didn't feel he deserved that title. So I'm with this guy, and I'm with this guy almost 11 years, and it's just getting worse, and he's getting more flirtatious. And I'm finding out more and more from friends of mine that were honest to me, that told me this guy was flirting with them, asking to be with them. He wanted to leave me. I found out he went to school, and in school he was with this girl, taking her out to lunch and everything. I got a letter in my mail. I was finding all this stuff out, that he was cheating on me, basically cheating on me through my whole relationship with him. Maybe he didn't do it the first year, but he was cheating, flirting, cheating. He always said that's a Southern thing, and I don't even know if he did sexually be with anybody. I don't know. People said that he was alone in the garage with somebody that I knew, and, but I had good friends that did tell me, lots of good friends that did tell me the truth on him. So, but whenever I would try to leave, he would, don't leave. That's a lie. You don't have to believe it. I was young. I was stupid. I was naive. He was 10 years or almost 11 years older than me. He'd say, oh, I would never do that. They're just doing that because they're jealous of who you're with, and they're jealous of the relationship, and they're just trying to get us to fight. And I believed him for many years. I did. I kept going back, and I kept staying with him. And then I finally got married to him, and, did all this. And then I found out the true him as I got older. I was 35 when I decided to leave him, because I was going out one night to my brother's show. My brother they have a band. I was going out, and this guy that was taking me out was a friend of mine. He told me when I walked outside, he stopped and he said, stop. 1, why didn't your husband tell you how beautiful you were before you left? 2, I can't believe he's letting you go alone in a car with me. I'm a guy. I mean, I'm a trustworthy person, but still, he let me go all the time with this guy. And this actually was an ex-boyfriend of mine, an ex-boyfriend. We were just friends, but ex-boyfriend, but he didn't care. You know why? Because he was cheating himself. I was not a cheater. I've never been a cheater, nor will I ever be a cheater. But he said, you know, look at this situation. And he wasn't trying to get with me. He had another relationship. He wasn't trying to get with me or anything, or was going through his own problems or whatever. But he just said, that's not right. And it woke me up and made me realize, and I finally decided to leave this guy. But in between this leaving of him, my dad died. I was dieting. I was losing weight. I was down to 160 pounds before my father passed away. I was doing the Richard Simmons diet or a calorie diet. I don't remember. I was exercising. I was doing all kinds of stuff. I was younger. I was in my early 20s. And I was getting all this weight off. I was 160 pounds. And this was in 2002. And January of the 14th of January 2002, my dad passed away. My dad was 48 years old, almost 49. His birthday was on the 17th of January. He was just days from his 49th birthday. My dad was under 50 years old and he died of obesity. He was telling me he wasn't feeling good and all that, and I didn't trust that. I had just brought him to the doctor's office. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm like, everything's fine. They sent you home. Everything's fine. Well, he was fine for that moment, the doctor said. So, but he was very unhealthy. He didn't tell us kids that he had heart problems, that he had things wrong with him that he never shared with us kids. He had also kidney failure, and his kidneys were failing fast. So my dad passed away. I went into this dark place for a year. I couldn't function for a year. I tried to be the best mom that I could be. My family really had to help at this moment with my son. They really need to help. I still was with this ex that I told you about. I still was with him, the one that mentally abused me. I still was with him. He would tell me, get over it. He's gone, get over it. I mean, that's how he would say it to me. I was very close to my dad. So I was a mental, I was heading for a breakdown. Like, this was the hardest thing for me. And I was still trying to be a mom. My kid was 3. He was asking a lot of questions. I needed the help. So my family helped me with him for a while. I was going to see counseling and, therapy and all that, but I didn't want to open up and talk to anybody. I just didn't like it. Every time I left there, I would open up, I would cry my eyes out. I couldn't function for almost a year. It took about a year for me to start living life again. And I was gaining all my weight back, everything. I didn't care about nothing anymore. I was eating whatever I wanted. I was gaining weight, but I hadn't gained everything back. I only gained about 40 pounds at this point, but I was just over that 200-pound marker, right there under. I was like 198 or something. And 2005, I had a car accident. I was rear-ended, had a car accident that laid me up for 2 years. I couldn't do nothing for 2 years. I couldn't even get off the couch. My back was so messed up, so messed up. I knew then, that's it. I gained so much weight because I'm laying around on a couch doing nothing from a person that was working out 2 hours a day and eating really good food. Now, I wasn't eating as good, but I was still kind of working out, but I wasn't really doing much, for that year when my dad died. And then, that was in 2002, and then in 2005, I probably weighed, like I said, around 190-ish right there. Still kind of trying to watch the weight. And boom, I had the car accident. And that's it. I laid on a couch. I couldn't do nothing else. All I wanted to do was eat then. I was so depressed. I had no dad for my son. I'm with a guy that's abusing me. My dad passed away, and now a car accident. It's like, how much more is going to hit me? But, let's back up just a moment. Right after I had my son, in 1998, I developed a heart condition. That was another thing added on my plate. And I know I mentioned that in my journey video, but I had postpartum cardiomyopathy. I had the heart of an 83-year-old. So all of this stuff is happening to me. All of it's happening. And then my dad dies, and then boom, 2002, I have a car accident. I let go and shut down, and that was it. My ex was being mean. He wasn't comforting and loving to me when my dad died. It was just terrible. And so, it was just so much. So, with an abusive guy at the age of 17 to 18. Meet my son's dad, was madly in love with him, got pregnant with him, he left. Had my son developed a heart condition right after I had him. Got with an abusive man that was hurting me for many years. My dad died. I had to have my tubes tied. I was told I couldn't have any more kids. I had a car accident in 2005. That was it. I was done. I was still a Christian, still believed in God, but I just said, enough's enough. I can't take anymore. How much more can I take? How strong do I need to be? I don't understand it, so I just let go. And I bloomed up to almost, basically at 300 pounds there and sat there for a long time. And I didn't care. I couldn't move. My back was so bad. I had to go see chiropractors. I had to do all kinds of stuff because I was rear-ended. She did 65 miles an hour. I was at a dead stop when she hit me. I flew back so hard I busted the seat. I had a lawsuit going, you know, because she rear-ended me. But after all that, I thought I was going to come out of there with a bunch of money. I left with $1,300 after the whole case was done. I think they settled at like $10,000. Even $10,000 wasn't enough. But I was told by this attorney, oh, I could easily get you $50,000. I mean, my God, your case is so good. Yep, left there with $1,300. Didn't even have enough to buy a bed for me to lay in. I just thought, why is all of this happening to me? Why? You know, I didn't understand. And then I decided to leave after many years of just all of this abuse and stuff. And I decided to start another diet, and I lost some more weight. You know, not a lot, but I got down to about 240, and I decided to leave my ex. I said, enough's enough. I can't take any more. I started to realize when that person said that, my family had told me many times to leave him, but I just thought that, you know, they're going to tell me that. But after this guy said this, I did. I left him. Okay? I wanted to be by myself. I'm now living alone for the first time in 11 years. My mom didn't want me to be alone. She wanted me to meet somebody, just to be friends, to go out, to have fun. She didn't want me just sitting home. I was fine. But my mom worried because I had been through a lot in my life. So she got me on this Plenty of Fish. I was on there about a week. I hated every guy on there. They were dirty. They were disgusting. I was ready to clock off that night and say, that's it, shut the site down, and I met my husband. How God works is amazing. I met him. Wonderful guy. Wonderful guy. He is the best guy in the whole world. I love him so much. But even we have had problems. And I'll be honest with you guys, we've had a couple of breakups. We've split up. We've had hard times. We've had times where we needed some distance and everything, you know, not because we don't love each other, but, you know, that's how relationships work. And believe it or not, he's my soulmate. And that's why I know that odds are we're going to be together forever. But even we have had our distance and separations that we've had to do, you know, through family fighting, through me, through, you know, just things that have gone on. And I'm not going to go into that. But he is a wonderful guy, and I love him. And we're still together to this day, almost 9 years together, almost 8 years married. And I love him. But, you know, even we had problems. Nobody has a perfect relationship. But he loved me for me. It didn't matter what I weighed, what I looked like. So I let myself go. And that's when I bloomed up again to almost 300 pounds. And I'm watching, like I said, after so many years, I started to watch my son lose this weight. Go on a diet with my brother Rob. He wanted to lose weight. Watching a 17-year-old give up everything. I thought, what am I doing? I've dieted before. This is the heaviest I've ever been. What am I doing? So on November 4th, 2015, I started keto. And I've been keto ever since, you guys. But I've been through a lot in my life. And that's not even everything. I don't want to go into everything because it's too emotional to me, too hard on me to get into things that have happened. That's not all that happened to me, guys. I was abused even when I was younger by family members and things that happened to me that, you know, hurt so bad that I couldn't believe even a family member would do this to me, you know? And I didn't understand why. Why was all this happening? I was such a loving-hearted person, and I never lost that heart. Never. Never to this day did I lose it. I'm still a very loving person. I think through the whole thing, God made me stronger. It was like that test. He was always putting me through that test to see how faithful I would be to God if I would walk away. If I wasn't being physically abused, I was being mentally abused. I was being sexually abused. So much was happening to me. And I thought, I can't do this anymore. There was many times I wanted to take my life. Many times I wanted to take my life. I didn't want to live anymore. I had lost everything. I lost my dignity. I was overweight. This guy was hurting me. My dad was gone. I felt degraded and low. I had all these problems, my heart condition. I wanted my life over. But it was my son and God that kept me here. I don't believe in committing suicide. I don't believe in it. But I think people sometimes get so low in life. I had to be put on depressant medicines. I was so low in my life. That's when my dad had died. That's when it was the lowest for me. And I just didn't even feel like I wanted to live anymore. I mean, I couldn't even take care of my baby in the beginning because my heart was so bad. And then told that that's the only baby I can have. And I can't even take care of him. His dad's not in the picture. If it wasn't for Dylan, I wouldn't be here. I know it. I know I would have never held on. I know I wouldn't have. I couldn't. It was so hard, you guys. I thank God every day for the strength he gave me. I thank God every day for my son, because if it wasn't for him, like I said, I wouldn't be here. And I thank God for Phelan, my husband now, because he showed the true meaning of love. You know, like my son, and God loves you, that unconditional love. God loves you way more than anybody can. And my son gave me the love, but I still felt so degraded inside, and Phelan gave me that love. He loved me no matter what. So when I seen my son doing this, I did it because I knew my husband would support me. And he did, and he got me through some hard times, you guys. He got me through hard times. He helped me through the whole journey. And I'm so proud of myself, how hard and dedicated I was. You need to be dedicated. You need to want this, you know. I had so much happen to me, and I did it. I got out of that dark place, and you can too. You can too. There were so many things that happened to me, but I did it. And I never lost who I was, guys. Don't lose who you are. Just because you get skinny doesn't mean your shit don't stink. You're not any better than somebody out there being overweight. Help them. I don't think that I'm the greatest person on earth now because I'm skinny. I don't think because I walk down the road now every guy in the world wants me. No. I love my husband. Whether I'm fat or thin, I love my husband. Sorry, guys. But don't lose who you are just because you get thin. Don't lose who you are. I'll never lose who I are. I will always remember where I was. I will always remember that person I was. An heavy person. And sometimes I still see that. And you will. You'll still see that when you lose weight. You still see yourself big. Just like when I did that Fashion Friday outfit and I told you guys don't look at my stomach. I was like so embarrassed. Like I thought I looked so big because I had to tighten that belt in. I didn't even want to do that video. So see, like you just get to a point where you don't want to feel ugly anymore. I felt ugly and degraded. Even though Phelan didn't make me feel that way, I remembered all the things that were said to me. And I'm sorry. When they say sticks and stones will break your bones, what names will never hurt is one damn lie. Because you will heal. If bones are broken, you heal. But how do you heal for an emotional breakdown? You can't. You can't heal from those words that are said to you. It's hard. It's hard. Very, very hard to heal from those words. It is. It is so hard to heal. That saying is a total lie because it's hard to heal from wounds that are so deep. And I get sad when I see people that lose weight and they go around thinking that everything is great now and everybody wants them and their shit don't stink. You are no different because you're skinny. You just got healthy, and that's the reason I did it. Do it to get healthy for your family to be here. Because losing my dad was very, very, very hard. And it still is. Almost 18 years later, it's still hard. It'll never get easier. You just learn to live with it. But it'll never get easier. And I don't want my kid to go through that. I don't know when God's going to take me home. He's the one ultimately in charge. But you have one body. You need to take care of it. If you let yourself go, yeah, you're shortening your life, not God. You're shortening it. So just take care of yourself, you know. But yeah, I was through some very hard times in my life. Very, very hard. But I got out, you guys. I broke free of those chains. I got free from them. And when you're overweight and down in the dumps and everything, you can't feel good at that. You want to be skinny. You see skinny people and you want to be that person. No, be you. And know that you have the strength to do it. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Because I've been down a hard, damn rocky road. And I broke those chains. And I am so happy today. Yes, I have those memories. And I still have hard times. And I still have times, you guys know that I've had to take time off my channel because I've been through some emotional hard times in my life. But I continue to remember what I did. I broke through those chains. And it's a quote I'm going to say again to you that I've said many times, but maybe the new subscribers have never heard it. The Rocky quote: life isn't all rainbows and sunshine. We live in a hard, cruel world. And it'll bring you to your knees if you let it. It isn't about how hard you get hit, you guys. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Keep moving on. That's how winning is done. And I always say you can't have the rainbow without the storm. You got to storm some things in your life. I know people that I talk to that tell me about all their problems, but I always try to give them a positive thing and say, there's a reason you're going through it and you're going to break through it. Be strong. All of you be strong. And if you need help, I link my email down below and I'd love to help you. I've helped many people get their life back. I know keto. I'm not steering you wrong when I tell you to eat 500 calories. I'm not going to tell you, excuse me, hate popping, eating and talking. I'm not going to tell you 250, 300 pound person, 180, 190, 200 pound person to eat 500 calories. But yes, I'm going to tell you when you're down to 120 pounds and you want to get to 115, I'm going to tell you to lower those calories. I know my keto. I know my keto. I'm not stupid. And I have a heart condition and I didn't ruin my heart. I only made it better. So it doesn't hurt you to lower the calories. If you have fat on your body, you're going to be fine because ketosis is different. But if you're somebody that's watching this channel and you're in the dark place that I was in and you've had a lot of things in your life happen, know that you can break from those chains. You can. You have to want it. You have to want it. My brother Tommy has done keto. I was very sad when I did a video with him. A couple people had come in and said something like, why doesn't he do keto? My brother has done keto. And he's lost a substantial amount of weight. But like everybody else, had a few cheat days, and it led to more, and he gained his weight back. It doesn't mean he doesn't want it. It's because 99% of people fail. Only 1% will succeed. You have to want it. Because it's not easy, you guys. It's not. And when I got those emails to me, that was so sad. If I lost my brother right at that moment, you know how I would have felt? It's not that he don't want it. It's hard. It's not easy. He don't have a big variety of food that he likes to eat. And the keto foods that you can eat, he doesn't like a lot of those foods. That's just how he is. There's people out there don't like certain things. A lady today told me she's not a big meat eater. How does she get her protein in? My brother just had a very low, limited amount of food he could eat on keto that he liked. But he did it, and he did it. And in 5 months, my brother lost 150 pounds. But then he went away on a vacation and had a cheat day, and one just led to more. But he's going to do it again, you guys. He's going to do it again. He's just got to find that day like I did. November 4th, 2015 was my day. What's your day? Start today. Make today your day. Make today your day to change your life. I had a hard life. But you know what? I'm stronger than I've ever been. Ever been. And I feel like nothing now could ever bring me down. Nothing. Unless God took my child from me. And God forbid he ever did that. I'm tough now. And I'm going to get through. And that's why I wear this strength ring every single day. Philippians 4:13. And I say it a lot. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. If I can do it, you can do it. And that's why I just wanted to go over more and tell you exactly how it went. How many things smacked me in my face. But I got up one day and I said, that's it. I want this. I want it. And here I am 4 years later at 129 pounds and feeling better than ever. And loving myself. Not loving my appearance. Sure, it feels good to be thin. I love that the heart I still have is still there. It's not gone. And I love that I'm thin and I'm going to live longer for my kid now. And I love that I can help all of you. By me doing this, I'm able to help all of you. My little girl is always in these videos with me. My minners, chicken dinners. I got her because of my depression and anxiety. And she sure helps. She's my little girl. Right, Minnie? Yeah, you're my little girl. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm sorry the video is a little bit longer right now. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys and tell you more because, you know, you forget things when you're doing a video, you forget. And you really want to break it down for people to understand that it's not easy. It's not. And it's not easy for me. I still struggle every day. You don't think that I don't want to go out and have a donut or ice cream or pizza because I look in the mirror and I say, well, I'm thin now. Why can't I have that? That's not fair. I'll watch my husband, and my husband's always been thin, and, you know, guys have a little bit harder time, and he'll eat a donut. And you know how bad I want a bite of that donut? But I tell myself, nothing tastes better than being thin and healthy. Feels nothing. So for that 1 second of that taste, it's not worth it. It's not. There's no food in the world that should mean more to you than your life. Nothing. Nothing. Remember that. Every time you want to fail or you want to have a cheat day or you want to let go, remember it's not worth it. It's not. And we eat delicious. And when you get to maintenance, look at how much better you get to eat. I could have done regular cream cheese, had even more butter if I wanted to. You get to eat really, really good when you're doing keto. But start off using that body fat and eat lower fat meats, low fat foods. Don't use the butters and oils and all of that. Get that weight off quick and get to feeling good. When I got to that weight, that goal weight, I felt so much better as the journey was going along. I was loving myself more. Not loving myself in a conceited way. Learning to know that I am worth somebody. And no man in this world will ever make me feel that way again. Ever. Ever. I know I'm worth something. I know I am. And so are you. All of you are. And I am full. I want my yogurt. That was a lot. Like I said, look at how much is still left. So that definitely could have been 4 meals. I do 1 meal a day. And I did really try to pick through and pick out a lot of the shrimp to get my protein in. This is 13 more grams of protein. And like I said, I only need so much. So I'm going to pour the raspberries and the nuts on, and I'm going to pour my 2 tablespoons because I measure everything. That was measured. I got 5 raspberries. That's 1 carb. I've got 1 serving of nuts. Actually, half a serving of nuts. That's 1 carb, and 1 carb for this. That is 1 serving, 2 little squirts. Okay. And yeah, I licked the end of it, guys. It's only me and my husband that lives here, and he doesn't really even do the whipped cream. Just me. I mean, he has it, but not often. I love these yogurts with the nuts and the whipped cream and the raspberries, or just the nuts and the whipped cream. I love them. And they say right on here, there was a spot on here. Where is the spot that says it? It says somewhere on here, I can't remember, but it says with room to add stuff to it. Let's see. Well, where is it? I know I read it on one of these, that it leaves room in there to add toppings. Oh, okay. Right here, keep refrigerated. It says with room for toppings. So see, they do leave a little bit of room for the toppings, so you can add toppings to it. And nuts and raspberries, or nuts and strawberries, or blueberries. Just a few blueberries, though, because they're high in carb. Yum. Every one of these lids have a saying on it. I don't know if this is just a sign or God telling me to show you guys this. But here's what my cover says this time. Surround yourself with goodness. You see that, guys? Surround yourself with goodness. I've never gotten that on these cups before. There's all kinds of sayings, and I've never read that. And here I am teaching you guys things and telling you guys things and telling you, and all of a sudden it says, surround yourself with goodness. That's what you need to do, is surround yourself with goodness, get away from the badness. And remember, you are worth it. You, every one of you are worth it. And whether you're fat or thin, you are still great. I am no better than you because I lost weight. I'm no better than you. I'm just as good as you are. You have a beautiful heart. I have a beautiful heart. I didn't lose weight and all of a sudden now I'm the greatest one on earth. No, you're just as great. You are great. I'm just asking you to try to lose the weight because you'll be happier, healthier, and you'll live longer. That's why I tell you. Because just because you're overweight doesn't make you bad. When I was overweight, it didn't make me a bad person. I still had that same heart. Okay? I'm no better than you. In fact, I think you're better than I am. And I love you all very much. And that's why I'm here to help and to guide you and to help you and to understand. And to let you know that through tough and hard times, anybody and everybody can break through. You can. You don't have to be a person that takes your life because it's so hard, even though I thought about that. You don't have to. Life can get great. And I hope one day I get to be on TV. Maybe one of you guys can, share my stuff around. And maybe it'll get out there publicly and I can get on TV and I can tell my story. Maybe I can write a book. I don't know. But I thought I was going to be a nobody. That's what my ex made me feel, that I would be a nobody. But I am a somebody. And until I take my last breath, I won't stop helping you guys. I won't. Never. I'm going to help you every single day. I'm going to keep making these videos. And I'm going to keep helping you. Because I truly do love all of you. God said to love the world. God loves us all. Even the bad people, God loves. That doesn't mean you have to hang out with them. You need to love them. And I truly love all of you guys. I do. I'm really emotional. It's hard for me to finish this meal because I'm very emotional. Kind of just a lot of stuff hit me. And then this was kind of something that hit me too, surrounding yourself with goodness. And I love how God is, but I'm just emotional right now. So I'm going to cut the video right now. It's almost at 50 minutes anyway, so I'm going to cut it right now. I'll finish this up in just a little bit. But again, my email's down below if you need help. I will help any of you get your life back and understand macros and get set up and start living your life again. I would love to help any of you. If you are new, like I said, there's a subscribe button right there. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you're notified. It'll notify you. Share my channel. Please, please tell people about me. And do me one favor. I ask one thing because I do this free for you guys. Shoot me a thumbs up because it makes me smile. It really does. And send me a comment down below. I don't really get a lot of comments, but I sure like them when I get them. So please send me a comment. I really like it. And if you're interested in a Keep It Keto t-shirt from me, send me an email and I will send you a t-shirt. I love you guys very much. Everybody take care. God bless. And I will see each and every one of you in my very next upload. And always remember to keep with God and to always keep it